Good afternoon, or good morning. Yeah, people, you know what it is. You know what it is. Your boy's in the building, day off, and he decides to still go for a drive. What the heck? No, actually, I got to go straighten out some stuff in my banking. Been having issues with my card, so I had to get the pin reset. Now they're telling me I got to go to a specific bank to go deal with it. So be it. I guess that's what I got to do. No choice in the matter. Good morning to you all. Good morning to you all. Hopefully everything is blessed. Good night if you're in somewhere where it's nighttime or in the evening. Yeah, much appreciated, man. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let me turn this thing down a bit. Why do people, I don't know, get out of my way, man. Sorry about that, guys. So the topic is, what does my wife think about my YouTube? What does she really think, guys? Or what does your significant other, in your cases, maybe think of your YouTube and what you're doing on your YouTube, exposing your life and, putting yourself out there for the world to see? Is this something that you really want to do? Is this something you're just doing for fun? Is this something you're doing to try to earn some extra income? You know what I mean? What is it? But have you ever really reevaluated it and said to yourself, boy, what am I really doing on here, man? Am I wasting my time? Am I putting myself out there in harm's way? You know what I mean? You ever question that? You ever ask yourself that question? Some people just are on here just sleeping on YouTube and filming it. Some are out here, pushing propaganda. Some are here dealing with politics. Some are here dealing with love and inspiration. Some are out here dealing with art. Some are just out here doing themselves, just doing whatever they do in their regular life, just like me. But is it really worth it? You know what I mean? Is it really worth exposing my life to everybody out there? Well, for me, I got to tell you, I'm just a regular dude. It's not much for me to put out there, right? And my friend space is very limited, so that doesn't affect me as much anymore as it did when I was younger. But for my wife, I don't want to get into it too quickly because we have a video to go through, so we're gonna stretch it out as much as we can, and then you guys can jump in when you feel free. You know what I mean? So let's say I'm talking from my wife's perspective. Okay, she's not somebody that likes to be out there in the open and business all out on the road and stuff like that. And I get it. I'm the same way in a sense. So that's why I only talk about certain things, not everything. So you ever ask yourself, what does your wife or your significant other think about what you're doing on YouTube? I would like to know. I would like to see what you guys' comments are about that. You know what I mean? Does she or he give you a hard time? Do they say, what are you doing? You're just exposing our family life, and what is this really about? Or is it because if you're making real money on here, like real good money, does she even argue about it? Does she even really care as long as the money's coming in? Or does he really care if the money's coming in? All right. So these are the topics that I would like to delve in to find out what people are really thinking out there. You know what I mean? I'm curious to know. Because I know my wife is really, sometimes she pulls me to the side and she'll say, well, you got to be careful because certain people will see you and they might know where you live now and all this other stuff. And I fully get what she's saying, because she's only looking out for our best interest. You understand what I'm saying? I truly get it, 100%. So I take those things into account, and that's why I'm very limited on what I put out there, right? I try to avoid addresses. I try to avoid giving out too much information about my personal being and my family's personal information. Because the dangers are out there, even though I don't really know of any enemies that are out to get me. But, this world is cold. You never know. Somebody might see and just be jealous of what you're doing, might live close to you, might know the area, might be familiar with the surroundings and easily pinpoint your location and stuff like that. But why? It's not like I'm a millionaire. It's not like I got tons of money, right? So I don't see the sense. But I do understand her natural fear and her natural, worries about, what if. So that's just one of the reasons, right? But another one is, what if, your kids' friends see this, right? Your children's friends see this, and your family members see this, or family members sees this, and then starts talking about, this is your life on TV, on YouTube. Is Is that what your husband's doing, or is that what your wife is doing? Why doesn't she get a real job? Or why doesn't she or he find something more productive than, spilling out their guts on this channel? The thing is, at the end of the day, we're all grown adults, right? We can make any choices we want. People do YouTube for different reasons. I work full-time, so does my wife, and we both make decent money, so it's not about making money on YouTube. I just found this platform as like a journal that I can use as my life for my kids for later on in life. You know what I mean? When I fade away, or when we fade away, we have a memory left for them to look back on. If you can make some extra change out of it, so be it. Hell yeah, let's do it. But I'm on here strictly for the purpose of, just getting my content out there, getting to talk to people, meet people, see what people are engaged in, see if they're anything like me, see what the world is like. Since I can't travel the whole world, and I don't plan to travel the whole world, because we're not rich like that. But the fact of the matter is, I'm on here because I like to engage with people. You know what I mean? In real life, I like to engage with people too, but not. It's hard to engage with strangers in real life. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, as opposed to being on YouTube. You know what I mean? Because YouTube, people come in, you don't know them from a hole in the wall. You know what I mean? But you can actually conversate with them on YouTube. But in real life, I can't just walk up to a stranger and say, hey, how you doing? Listen, what's up? How you doing? What are you about? I'd be like looking at you like you're some kind of wacko. And it's kind of strange, because it's easier to deal with people on YouTube than it is to deal in real life. So maybe some people just use this as an escape to get on YouTube to do their own thing and not be judged. Or if they are judged, they can easily just delete the person that's trying to judge them. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, my wife does worry about me being on there. She does worry about the things I say or the things I do, because it could possibly get me in trouble with my work. It could possibly get me in trouble with how people feel about me if I say the wrong things. So that's why I got to be very careful when I speak, what I talk about and who I talk about, and what topics I decide to delve into. So there's a lot of stuff you got to worry about, and I get her. My wife is pretty smart. She's not a dummy by any means, right? We've been through the ringer a few times, and we know what it's like to be, thrown in the dirt, you know what I mean, so to speak. So I do understand her concerns. And I'm sure most of you would probably ask the same question. What does my wife or what does my husband really think about what I'm doing on here? Are they supportive? Are they just saying they're supportive, but they really don't care? Are they worried about my well-being? Are they worried about the things that's happening on my channel? Are they worried about people starting to, come at you really hard? Because some of these trolls can go hard at you and then insult you, and then you might take it personal, and then next thing you know, you're taking it out on your family because this guy pissed you off or that girl pissed you off because of the comments they were leaving, and the trolls were just being excessively abusive. You know what I mean? Like, one wrong word on YouTube can actually get you in a lot of trouble with some of your subscribers, some of your fan base. So this is the reason why I ask these questions, right? What does your wife or your husband or your significant other, let's put it in that perspective, really think about what you're doing on YouTube? Huh? Really and honestly and truly. If you guys like what I'm talking about, then feel free to hit the comments and let me know what you think about it, because I honestly want to know. Do you guys have any arguments over this? Do you go through any grief, any lashback, Because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to do something different that might benefit my family in the long run. You know what I mean? And it's not just financially. It's, like I said, it's like a journal of life that's going to be on the internet for when I fade away, generations from now. My kids can always look back and say, yo, that's my mom's, or whatever. It could be, that's my mom's brother, or father, or grandfather, or great granddad, or you know what I'm saying, right? So I always wonder about that. That's just my curiosity, natural curiosity. Because the last thing you want to do is expose yourself so much to the point that now you have no private life. You know what I mean? And people are just coming at you. I've seen one channel, I can't remember the name of the channel. It was this black girl and this white guy. They're married. They have kids. Most of the kids belong to the girl. I think he only has one. And they were like the perfect family on YouTube. They were like perfect. Every time you go to their channel, hundreds of people watching their channel. hundreds of people engaging in their channel, and you would think they would do no wrong. And then all of a sudden, they got exposed. They got exposed. Somebody had said something, or she actually filmed something that she shouldn't have out of anger, and that one just fueled the fire. I wish I could remember the name of the people. Them just fueled the fire, and then to the point that they started going at each other, exposing each other's lives, talking about this one's a bum, this guy's not who he claims to be, he's been using me, and he's saying this girl is a hater. All she wants to do is use me for my money and my credit line. And oh my God, it went so bad. It went like completely left. And I didn't. I'm saying to myself, oh my God, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And every time I think about going on YouTube, I think about that family, or those set of people that have that channel. I'm like, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want to be anything like that. But you know what it is? They weren't being true to themselves, right? They were portraying this fantasy about this perfect family, this perfect mixed family, interracial family that had no problems, and they loved their life, and they loved where they lived, and they loved everything they did. They loved their kids. It was crazy. Like I was believing it for the longest time, that this is a great channel. You know what I mean? These people are awesome. I've never seen anybody connect like that. But behind the scenes, boy, behind the scenes, what really happened behind the scenes? I don't know. She must have got pissed off at something and exposed him. Then he exposed her. Then it turned around, both of them exposing each other. And I haven't seen this channel since. I don't even know what the name is anymore, guys. I really apologize. I wish I did, because you might know who I'm talking about. All I know is a dark-skinned female. She had about 3 kids, and he had 1 kid. It's a white guy, pretty thick-built guy. They bought a house in Hawaii, and they were living in Hawaii for a while, and then she left to go back home or something, and then, my God, the drama just began. And this is the kind of stuff I stay away from, guys. It wasn't like that at first, but as soon as I seen all this stuff popping in, and the comments were going hard, talking about, oh, you guys were a perfect family, you guys are a fraud, you guys are this, you guys are liars, you guys lied to your subs, and you guys have been pretending this whole, oh man, the fan base just went 360 on them. Later on, at some point, they had to come back and try to correct it, and say that, oh, it was my bad, I did this, I shouldn't have did this, I did this out of rage, and he's not really like that. Sometimes I lose my cool, and I put stuff out there that shouldn't be put out there. I apologize to my fans and stuff like that, but the damage was done already, people. It was done. It was completely done. So when you ask yourself again, what are you doing on YouTube? What does your husband, your wife, your significant other, your family, your friends, what do they think about you being on YouTube, exposing your life like this? You know what I mean? It's not like you're on there and you're playing video games. You're not really exposing your life. You're just showing that you like video games. You like cooking. Cooking is another one that you don't have to worry about, because you're just cooking. So you're not really exposing anything. You're exposing your talent, that you're a great chef, or you're a great cook, or that you're very creative. But these people that will bring their kids into the picture, bring their family into the picture, and then delve into their daily ongoings in their life and stuff like that, that's pretty crazy. I can't go that deep. I can only go to the point that I can sit in my car, maybe drive as I do usually to work or back and talk. And sometimes I'll sit in my home, but I sit somewhere secluded, the camera facing me alone. I let them know that I'm going to go live, so I don't really want them to be in the background talking, just to make sure nothing gets out by accident. You know what I mean? Something personal, you know what I mean? So and they understand that. And my wife has been getting more and more supportive daily, because she knows that I'm taking all these precautions to make sure that we're doing this safely, you know what I mean? Although I would love to have my whole family, all my kids, everybody inside these videos, just to show the real journal of my life. But I understand the security reasons, I understand safety reasons and precautions, you know what I mean? I do. And I don't want to force them into this life. This is a choice they have to make themselves, you know what I mean? They want to go on YouTube eventually, it's all open for them to do so, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to be the one to bring them on here. It's a choice they got to make by themselves. And the same goes to my wife, right? That's a choice she's going to have to make by herself. So at the end of the day, you just have to really be careful. That's all you can say. You just have to really be careful of what you put out there and the people that you're connecting with. Because a lot of them aren't really your friends. They're just people you're meeting online. You know what I mean? If you expose too much and they start delving in, just imagine somebody that's a predator that's out there. Let's put it in perspective. A predator, and he's watching your live every day. He's watching your videos every day. You don't know. He could live right around the corner from you. He might even know your family or seen your face before, and he's just studying everything you're doing, studying where you're going, what school your kids go to, where you go shopping, where you go eat, where you go to restaurants, where you work. He has all the information, or they have all the information they need on you. It's only a matter of time before they actually implement their plans. You know what I mean? I don't want to say the words like take away your kids and stuff like that. Because predators are pretty dangerous like that. They're the ones that smile with you and you never see them coming. You know what I mean? So these dangers are out there. And if we don't really get a grasp of what's going on, YouTube is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be engaging. And it's supposed to be a way that you can generate some income if you got that kind of talent, or if you got that kind of, fan base, or, subscriber base that supports you very well. You know what I mean? It can be lucrative for some people, not for everybody. Let's not play this game like everybody's going to get rich off of YouTube overnight, because that's not how it works, right? You got to put in a lot of work. I'm putting in work, and I see how difficult it is. And I can only imagine how much harder it gets once you get monetized to a level that you're having hundreds of people watching you daily. You know what I mean? Because now you have to come up with more content, and the more you have to expose, right? And do you really want to go that deep? You know what I mean? These are questions I ask myself, and these are questions my wife asked me. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? Sometimes she'll get paranoid and hit me up and say, oh, what's going on with this? Why are you filming this? And I go, listen, love, I'm not going to put you in the harm's way. Trust me on this one. You guys are my life. Without you, I'm nothing. There's no way I'm going to put you in any kind of harm's way. The day I put you in harm's way, or something I feel that we cross the line with, I will completely cut off YouTube and completely cancel it and just say, that's it, okay, we're done. I've done many things in my past where I was doing stuff, my wife called me out on it, and you know what? She's right, and I've canceled them. I was a male when I first met her, and I'm still a male. I don't mean it like that, but I was a single male when I met her, and I couldn't get out of the single habits when I met her. The single bad habits, like going out for drinks or chilling with my friends or stuff like that, or staying up late at night and struggling to go to work in the morning. I didn't have no routine. I didn't have no foundation, because I was going through a rough time. My life had changed, just got divorced, and I was doing a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't be doing. And you know what? I learned from that. If it wasn't for those little mistakes that I was doing, I would never be where I'm at right now, in the mindset that I'm at right now. You know what I mean? I found a better job. I found a lucrative job. I found a job that takes care of me, in a sense of, I don't have to worry about if I'm going to get terminated today or tomorrow. I mean, this could happen to any job, because it is a job. It's not a career. But I'm pretty secure at what I'm doing, and I feel that I'm pretty secure at my job. But don't take that into account. Like I said, anything can happen, right? But at least I have some savings now. At least I have a background now. At least I have some skills that I can use to get another job if worse comes to worse. I have a lot of training. I have a lot of experience dealing with people now. So all the stuff that I wasn't getting before, because I was a single guy just gallivanting, doing whatever the hell he wants, and never had to worry about any consequences. I didn't live with my kids. My kids would live with their mothers. I was on the road. You know what I mean? So I can expose all that stuff now, because it doesn't matter to me no more. I found my ground, my common ground. I found a wife that I love. I found a woman that really cares for me and takes care of me like I take care of her. I love all my kids to death, even though they're not all around me all the time. I love them all to death. If they ever call me and ask me for anything, I will give it to them. Even if it's my last $5, they can have it. I'll find another way to get another $5. You understand what I'm saying? And that's something people don't understand with kids, is that no matter how much times they come to you, it's hard to say no to them, because they're your kids. They're your responsibility until the day they die. You know what I mean? Until the day you die. You know what I mean? So we got to be real with ourselves. Men that have kids out there, women that have kids out there, you got to do your best to try to be in their lives. I'm not saying everybody's perfect, or there's situations where they can't be, mental disorder and all these kind of things, and criminal activity that have put them in the harm's way so that they can't be around their kids. Those are tough situations. You know what I mean? And I don't know how they go through it, because I know it'd be very difficult for me to not be able to ever see my kids, right? I think it would just ruin everything that I work for. It would just mentally destroy me, right? So, and this goes the same for my wife. She's the one that's actually molded me to the point that I feel like now I'm a real man. I can take care of my family. Real man is not just about the money and what you can provide. There's more to it than that. there's support, there's love, there's compassion, all kinds of stuff, because we all go through stuff. Sometimes she goes through her little moods. I got to be there for her. Sometimes I go through my little moods, and she's got to be there for me. And she is, in every sense of the word. When I feel down, she cheers me up. When I think about my daughter that I don't get to see, she talks to me and tries to level me off so that I don't think too much about it to the point it distresses her or distresses me. She doesn't like to see me down. I don't like to see her down either. I like her to be happy. You know what I mean? And that's how I base my life off of. I base my whole entire life of moving forward, just being happy and cool with whatever I'm around, and just cool with what I have. You know what I mean? So like I said, as we continue to talk about this is something that's very dear to my heart. You know what I mean? My family, right? So what does my family really think about my YouTube? Well, the other day I was driving, and a couple times I was actually driving to work, and one of my sons popped up on my chat. I didn't even know he had YouTube. And he's like, "What's up, Dad?" I'm like, "Who is this?" Because I didn't recognize the name that he was using. Oh, it's Cashmere Fields. Oh, shit, that's my son. "Oh, what's up, son? What are you doing on YouTube, son?" Right? And we start laughing. He goes, "Yeah, I always had my channel. I just never really use it." I go, "What are you doing?" He's on the way to work. Oh, man, I'm so proud of this little boy. He's doing whatever he can to get his job. He's not even a little boy anymore. He's a grown man. Sorry about that. I just keep thinking of my kids as little kids, but they're not kids anymore. You know, my kids are well over 20, you know what I mean? So it's funny that I hear that, and I seen him on there. This blew me away. It really made my day when he popped up on there. So my son endorses me. He believes in me. The other kids haven't been on YouTube yet. My smallest boy, he sees me all the time. "Dad, what are you streaming? Why are you streaming? Why do you have to stream?" And I don't really want to give him too much answers, because I don't want my wife thinking it's okay to tell him it's okay to stream. I don't want to give him any endorsement to say, that's what you can do when you get older. I want him to find his own way, you know what I mean? I go, "Son, I just do this for the fun of it." You know what I mean? Daddy just gets bored, and I like to stream. That's all it is. Just like how you like to play your video games. I got to tone it down, you know what I mean? It's funny as hell though, man. So adorable when he asked me that too. I never really know how to answer him. He asked me it multiple times a day. "Dad, are you going to stream today?" What are you streaming about?" "Don't forget to say like and subscribe, Dad." I'm like, yeah, this kid is on something. I think my wife is actually starting to get a little bit more relieved, a little bit more at ease with what I do, because she watches some of the videos sometimes. I don't force her to. She just watches it when she has time, you know what I mean, when she's laying down or whatever. And she'll go over it. And if she sees something that might be, questionable, she'll tell me about it. Sometimes she questions me about the work thing. I go to work and people are going to know where you work and stuff like that. But I try not to talk about work. I try not to talk about what I do at work or where I work, the name of the company, the street it's on and stuff like that, because I understand her fear there too, right? In case the workplace gets hold of it thinking that I'm bashing them or, talking bad about them. I don't want that either, because that could affect your lifestyle as well, right? So let's be real about that. You got to keep some things out of the picture, all right? And that's what I try my best to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to put anything out there that's going to get anybody in trouble, and not myself either. You know what I mean? I want everybody to come to my channel and know that this guy's a real dude. He wants to take care of his family. He's just out here trying to hustle, make some extra change. He's out here hustling, trying to do better for himself and by himself. And my wife is out here doing her thing by herself, and we're working together as a team, as a real team. 50-50, no 70-30, no 20-80, no nothing like that. It's a real team. Everything we do is for each other. When I get paid, money goes in the bank. Whatever she wants to do with the money, I could care less, because I trust her judgment. I trust everything that she does with the money, because I see it, right? Here's a funny thing. I haven't even been in a grocery store for 4 years. Can you imagine that? I've not set foot in a grocery store for 4 flipping years. Put that into perspective. My wife does all that stuff. I haven't done laundry and who knows how long, since I was single, right? And we've been together for over 11 years, right? So, and it's not something I don't want to do, because I was doing it before. It's just that she just takes over that stuff. She goes, no, I'm doing it. And plus, the rules. Anything I find in your pocket is mine. Lottery tickets, money, cash, it's all mine. I go, well, okay, I guess that's about even. So if she finds 20 or 30 bucks in my pocket and then some extra change, she got paid for doing laundry. No, I'm just playing around with you. But that's the rules anyway. That's the rules she plays by. So sometimes I even do it on purpose. I'll leave like a $50 or a $40 in my pocket and let her wash it, because the money that we use over here doesn't really wash away. And when she finds it, she just says, "Guess what I found? Lunch money." You know what, people? You gotta really love life. You gotta love what you have. Love, cherish the people around you, and don't try your best not to put people in harm's way that you really care about. You gotta protect them, because that is your job as a man and as a family member, as a, you know, the whole culture of family is to protect each other. You know what I mean? Women are great providers. They're great lovers. They're great for turning to it for emotional support. Um, Not everybody's gonna find the right woman overnight, and not everybody's gonna find the right male overnight. You know what it is? Um, it takes time. Sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom before you can, finally get above ground. And these are the things that we talk about right now, or we just spoke about right now, about what does your wife or what does your family members or what does your significant other or your husband think about your YouTube. Well, mine is starting to get a little bit better. She's starting to feel a little bit more at ease knowing what I'm doing, because of what I talk about. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I was able to get this topic off my chest and get it out there to you guys as well. And maybe it's something you should consider, or at least think about it before you put something out there that might, jeopardize your well-being. You know what I mean? Either through your job or through your social people network, or through your family, because you said something about a family member that could have hurt them, or made them feel a ways, or a friend made them feel a ways, and now when they see you, they don't even know how to talk to you. You know what I mean? You got to separate your real life from the YouTube life. You know what I mean? And only let what you need to be out there show. But that's my opinion anyway, guys. I would like you to just think about that for yourselves. And if you want to leave a comment in the bottom, tell me if you've ever been through any issues where you and your husband or you and your wife or your significant others got into a conflict over something you posted on YouTube. That would be really interesting to see what you guys have to say about that. And I'd really be interested in reading it as well. So hit the comments below and then let me know. All right? I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe. I'm not going to tell you to do all that stuff. You know what it is. You guys come in the building. If you like the content, you subscribe. If you don't, you just listen to it and then move on. Give me the watch hours, okay? That's what I care about. Give me the WH, baby. That's what I'm talking about, all right? So if you give me the WH, I'm good with it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. This is your boy Red signing off. Oh, by the way, before I leave, I got to throw a punch in there. I'm thinking about starting another YouTube channel as a backup, because I've been told that it's always good to have a backup channel just in case of emergencies, in case something goes wrong with your first one. So I named it WH 99.95 Radio, live with your boy Reds. Okay? So it's not a radio station, but it's going to be me talking in a radio voice. And what does the WH stand for, you ask yourself? The WH stands for watch hours. Okay? And these watch hours are going to be for people to come into my channel, and I'm going to help them do what people have been doing for me, helping me gain subs, gain attention, gain some momentum. So this channel is going to be strictly based on helping people. It won't be anything about my life. It's going to be strictly about you come in, what's up, how you doing, what's your name, what's your channel, let's go on, what do you have on your channel, boom, put it out there, and then get people to come and try to check it out. By no means am I going to endorse any of these channels, because I don't know these people, but I will probably end up meeting some good people and some good channels in turn, you know what I mean? But what is going to happen is I'm just going to keep pushing them. I'm going to keep pushing them. I have several phones. I'll run the several phones. I'll run their hours, and while they run their streams to get their WH up, because that's what it's about, WH, watch hours, right? So this will be for only new, let's get that one right, only new people coming in that are not monetized. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to help them get to where they need to be. I'm not even monetized yet, but I'm already thinking about this. You know what I mean? So WH 99.95 Radio with your boy Reds. Keep a lookout for that, guys. If you see that, just subscribe to it, please, and then help me get these other people out there. I'm not going to do it till January, sometime in January, but I'm working on some thumbnails to get it going in the meantime. So remember, guys, think about it, what I said. Think about what your family thinks about when they see you on YouTube and what you're putting out there in the world. Okay, it's your boy signing off. Reds, bless up to every one of you.